Gucci. Oh yeah, streams up. I love how there's a comment before the stream's up. I swear Alex has a bot set up for that fucking emote.
Oh, for the fucking...
Yeah, that banana cake pie thing.
Yeah.
Welcome everyone to DNE's second ever 100% one-off event at Singapore, voted by the community and the drivers. Don't know why, don't ask me, somehow it beat Spa. But we're here at Singapore, 18-minute short qualifying, reduced damage because we kind of want them to survive around this jungle gym of track here. Joined beside me we have Iconic Hugh, who has done some commentary work in the past for some, I believe, in blue tier and yellow. So welcome.
Hello. I'm keen to see what these drivers have in store. We have some very fast drivers in here, so yeah, we'll see what that sort of strategies they come up with. I do expect the one stop to be favourable for most of them, but I reckon Lazy Tail will go for that soft run in qualifying.
Yeah, he'll probably send it full knowing that there will be safety cars on this track. The experience with him in Global didn't go too well, but more or less, the last time we did a 100% race was in Australia for the tribute, because obviously it was a cancellation of the Grand Prix and all this pandemic started off with, and we're still going through it. But more or less, we're here at Singapore, and it's going to be something special. I feel it's going to be an extremely long one. It is one of the longest circuits on the F1 calendar. Hopefully it's clear and it's dry for both. Hopefully the race isn't wet, so it doesn't last more than 2.5 hours. But yeah, it's this is going to be a long one. To extend our enjoyment up in the commentary box, we have tonight's multi on standby as well. We have more than 2.5 Tier 1 drivers to DNF, which is quite a good collection of Tier 1 drivers we have tonight. We have a yellow driver, which is our lowest tier, to finish inside the top 10. We have the Wall of Death, which is just under the bridge, going in the third sector to catch a driver out. And a safety car within the first 5 laps, because we believe drivers will forget it's a 100% race and think it's just like a 25 or a 3-lapper. So we'll probably see that happen. And as well, we'll be drinking throughout this whole stream to keep ourselves entertained. We'll be taking a shot per safety car. We'll be taking a sip every time there is a 3-second time penalty. So please keep it clean, because we won't at the end of this race.
So I do have an updated weather report.
So do I.
There's rain forecasted 45 minutes into the race, and then there's dry at the end of the race.
Dry, wet, dry, and it looks like it's going to be inters to wets to inters. You would most likely just stay out for the whole inters, as I'll actually probably get onto a car that's moving around rather than the cockpit. It's been a while since I've done stream work.
We got
take a guess.
BK.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Can't Do Crap will be our first car to do a lap around the Singaporean or Singapore GP track. I'm gonna get the track map up on my computer. So I don't think there's names for these corners, I believe. So
yeah, I don't think so either.
I think it's just the old number system. No, there is names. They're not very pronounceable.
Are they weird names? Like Germany's weird names?
Yeah. Most of them are numbered.
We can't do crap doing a 26.6 for the first sector. I think that's beaten straight away by BK. Yes, it is. So these guys running on the softs.
Yeah, might as well go on the softs if there's going to be rain early into the race, but you might just go for mediums, because the softs don't particularly survive that long on this circuit. The track temperature just absolutely kills these tyres.
Yeah, it's definitely a big thing around here with the tyre temps, especially on a pad. I feel sorry for the pad users doing a 100% race.
Yeah, I feel like this was heavily voted towards the wheels, as James Cruz has joined, so he'll join at the back of the pack. But it boosts the numbers up for the longevity of the race, which is good. Obviously the drivers did vote for this, and maybe they took it too far and realised that a 100% race at Singapore was probably the worst thing I've ever seen voted. Like, you had the likes of Spa, Canada, and Singapore make the final 3, and I'm like, surely not. Surely Singapore's just, everyone's going to change their votes, they're not going to be serious. But it won by 5 in the head-to-head against Spa, so they clearly wanted it, as Cantu Crab is the first person to set a time, because everyone seems to be waiting in the pits a little bit just longer into the session.
BK does it 36.3, but he invalidates, unfortunately.
Spilly taking it easy. Is he on the hards? Yeah, he's on the hard compound.
Yeah, amazing how just behind him, 4 tenths. This is on a lap. Lunacy with a 1:43 seconds off the P3 time. I do expect the likes of Amazing Hour, Zach Crichton, and Wogboy to be top 5 at least. Stuart McKenzie as well, he's very quick. It'd be interesting to see if Zach decides to start from the back, because he's been doing that in these off-season races lately. So
yeah. Shout out to COVID, 100%. Welcome to the home. Well, not really. China's the hometown. This is just actually probably one of the safest places, as I believe we have a Red Bull. BK's retired from the session. Did he retire in the pits, or did he crash? He set 1 lap on the softs.
Maybe he crashed into the pit lane. I mean, that's a...
Oh, that is a spot to lose the car.
Surely not.
I don't know, man.
I wasn't watching.
Who knows? They're probably already sick of this track.
Well, unfortunate for BK. I mean,
like
he's going to start from the back as well. So.
Yeah, like you said, he was setting a quick time on those softs until he invalidated. Few comments.
I don't think I've seen anyone get that tilted besides Tao that quickly. Yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah, I feel like that the mentality is spreading, and it more or less will stay around this track because it's unforgiving. If we had it on full damage, maybe drivers probably won't get away with it too quick, and maybe the race would end a bit quicker. But at the same time, we kind of want these guys to enjoy themselves if they make a small mistake. But if you hit a wall, I'm pretty sure even on reduced damage, you're going to lose it. As Tal on the hards have set a 1:38.6. It's a full second off gaming, but oh no, 40's times actually got pole with a 1:36, so he's a good 2 seconds off the pace.
That's a ridiculous time on the hards, man. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That is just... Yeah.
It's also extremely weird seeing him in a Merc after watching him in Racing Point throughout the season. Can say the same thing to... Zach's still in a Merc, so... I mean, he's always been in that car. I don't think I've seen him in a different car, unless it's like a 3-lapper or something. As 40 is still pushing, but he's invalidated, so... I think he's maybe just wearing in those hards. But there's a few people going for the softs. One person, Spilly's coming out on the mediums at the moment. Tao's doing a few laps on the hards. He's going into Sector 2 now. Going through whatever turn number that is. I'm going to say 13.
What's your prediction for how many wingers get changed this race?
Ooh.
It's a hard number to pin.
Yeah, I feel like retirements will be higher than wing changes, but at the same time, Australia was a big... pit stop race. There was a lot of incidents in that race. I think we hit max safety cars in that race as well. More or less, like, the drivers are not like dog shit, but like, I mean, you make a mistake, you got to cause a safety car. I think it was at the time where the safety car was extremely high to come out as well during that update spell.
But it was fucking broken.
So I think someone could spin and cause a safety car.
I think so, because it is a wet race too. So I mean, it's going to be interesting to see who these guys have put a wet setup on, because
just for that small segment, because it's the middle of the race and a lot of mistakes can be held during that wet spell.
See, look, the setup, it's not going to be too much different. It's just going to be the ride height. I think that they might switch around. Yeah,
the ride height's a big one that you always need to just raise it by 2 if it comes to the wet. But maybe some of these drivers have made like a small hybrid setup to sacrifice somewhere like their dry spell, just so during that inters and wet spell they can really just dominate and gain that time back. But honest, it's a 138. He's just warming up, seeing a lot of laps on those hards.
Can't do crap. See
Jumps.
that? Oh no.
He's in the pit.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
amazing! Now I think went up a
Oh
little
yeah,
bit.
okay. Yeah, he jumped on alright.
But 40. Oh, as amazing now overshoots. Hopefully no one's behind him. Doesn't get disqualified. Yeah, he's got plenty of time to reverse out. Safe way of using the runoff there. Didn't want to lose the car in qualifying. I would have started.
Good on him for not resetting the tracks as well. We got a Stuart McKenzie. I think
Good
Stuart
old
McKenzie.
Stuart. Just letting people go.
Oh right, I thought he would have won that.
I think like another one we should like bring up is like what constructors team is gonna probably win this race. I mean, Mercedes. Yeah, Mercedes is strong. You've got the winner of Tier 1 Masters Championship and 40 who came second. So I don't know if they've done some team talks during the transfer market on the off season to get that partnership going. Obviously Aaron's a bit livid. He's not showing up, so he's obviously taken his spot at Mercedes. So maybe that's a contract for next season. I don't know.
I think Amazing Aaron Stewart will definitely put it to him as well. I know Amazing is very quick.
They're definitely a dynamic duo. They were teammates as well in Tier 1 for Alfa Romeo, so they've obviously got promoted to Red Bull. They've seen the potential. But I'm kind of shocked that they're all not just going straight onto the mediums at the end of this session, but most of them are coming out of the pits.
Yeah, essentially, with an 18-minute qualifying, it's going to be a one-shot on the mediums. It's pretty much a one-shot qualifying on the mediums. Spilly sets a 136.1 on those mediums as well. Not a bad time at all, but I think 40 is looking very, very quick here. Interesting to see if Zach Crichton decides to come out or not.
Yeah, like, as he, I believe he just, no, that's his teammate 40 coming back out the pits, I believe it is. So I think Zach's just got to wait and just do one lap on the softs potentially, and just ride that out into the wet stint. Try and dodge all the chaos that might loom at the back of the grid.
Yeah, with the weather prediction, it's always dodgy, eh? Like it always comes earlier than it says it does. So
yeah, exactly.
But then they gotta wait until it's wet enough to put the wets on as well.
Yeah, and I don't know, because obviously in the 50% races the time prediction is always quite pushed forward, but in a 100% race, would that still be pushed forward, or would that? Or because it's a 100% race, it should be 45 minutes into the race.
Yeah, okay, yep.
Because 45 minutes of the race is halfway through their stint, so if they start on the hards, it'll be just at the end of their stint, progressively, like 20 laps in.
Yeah, yep. It'll be something to keep an eye on, definitely.
But yeah, because it is 61 laps around this track, I believe.
Jesus Christ, man, it's gotta be a long race.
I don't think I've got enough alcohol if we do get down to that level. But
yeah, I'm gonna be pretty legless by the end, so
yeah,
looking forward to it to be.
See, for Australia it was only 56 laps, but then again it's Australia. It's still like a really hard track to overtake. So I don't know what these Dynamic Nuts Esports drivers are picking. Obviously, the first one was a tribute; they had no choice. But they decided to pick something even harder than that. You could have picked a nice flowing track, Silverstone could have been up for grabs, Canada could have been up for grabs.
Yeah, with a lot of overtakes, a lot of opportunities, and then you get this track is just terrible for time.
Even Austria could have been the shout. Everyone loves Austria, but no. we get Singapore. I don't know if all the wheel drivers got together and let's go fuck up these pad users. But I don't get it. You're putting yourself into bloody Singapore for fuck's sake. Says Wogboy 135.7 fastest lap on the mediums. Plebs has rocked up with a soft time with a 135.8.
Wogboy's just done my time trial time on the soft, so that's fucking pretty sad. Wogboy looking very racy today.
Yeah, this is one of his favourite tracks I know off memory, because I remember when I was streaming one of my races, He was he was my Jeff, telling me to put the fuel all the way to its lowest, run low fuel here, chuck an overtake there.
Yep.
He was my live Jeff. Hopefully he can Jeff can do a better job than me behind the wheel. But it's got a bit of a mixed bag here. Soft runners and medium runners. People on the mediums obviously believing they can easily stretch the time out to that, but the softs will be more or less struggling, I feel, to stretch it out to that 45-minute mark.
What do they go on a 100% race? I've never done it. I know on a 50% race they don't really last very long at all.
Well, Singapore, it's quite a tyre killer for the softs. It's more temperature than it is tyre wear.
Yeah, because once you get your temperature high, that's when the wear starts to really dig it.
Yeah.
Well.
It's a hard one. Probably if you start on the softs, obviously they might be able to extend it, but more or less my knowledge of 100% races are quite low. I've just been in the com box.
I think I think softs, they're going to be banking on a safety car early to chuck on the mediums to go.
Can't do crap would have actually died just then if it wasn't on reduced damage. He's into the wall at turn 3.
Oh, he's lost it. Yeah, I see.
Yeah, I don't know if he was getting out of the way of someone or just rode on the curb and just spun. So down from 4 to 5 is called the Republic Boulevard, and then we've got Ruffles Boulevard. Down the DRS straight, and then from 7 to 8. So I'll say on Banana because I think he's on half a lap. And then we got Nickel Highway going into the hairpin here from 7 to 8. Then we got Stanford Road on the left-hander going onto this small little straight here as he gives them away, and then we've got St Andrews Road and then Anderson Bridge. So they're not really corner names. It's just the street name, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
that's been given to him.
With another thing around this track, the key to a good time is definitely cutting the corners here.
There's a lot of cutting zones in particular, especially in that second sector. You can ride the curbs quite heavily here.
Yeah, you gain a lot of time too, so see who sets to their advantage and makes good time off it.
Yeah, hopefully Banana Cake Pie remembers from the cuts I was doing to show him how to improve his time at Singapore for the global race we had. You can gain so much time from every corner. Like, there's no need to stay on the road at pretty much every turn.
You can put half a car on most of these corners.
Yeah, exactly. As you overtake someone, run out of fuel. See if there's anyone on a lap.
I think 40's just about to start his medium lap.
We'll stay on Zach because he hasn't set a time and he's about to start his.
40's in front of him.
40's in front?
Yeah.
40 set a time.
Banana Cake Pie was twice from session. I think he's not going to get a better time than that.
Yeah, I think he's happy where he is at the moment. So, Zach Crichton, first and only lap. He will start, and he's going into turn 1, hard braking zone, good cut, and you can ride this curve perfectly as he goes into the left-hander. Now this right-hander is a bit tricky. You can either cut it, or you can stay outside of it and keep the momentum as he cuts it so much, which is the perfect amount of cut. He had the car off the track. I've never cut it that much. This turn in particular you can cut as well. There we go. He actually rode that quite safe. But these are the corners here going up to the boulevard section here. He hasn't cut that one, so he's kept the car nice and wide. But this corner in particular here, it's a huge cut to gain a lot of time, but you can hit the wall. Keeps it safe, so he hasn't been cutting corners as much as the other drivers have.
I think he just wants a safe lap here to
get
somewhere up there. He's not going to beat Amazing Hours time on the softs.
Nah, it's on the softs, exactly. This is where the Williams got put into the wall by the Haas, by
Grosjean
on George Russell. He stayed in hot laps throughout this whole lap here. Wall of Doom. He dodges that. I didn't think that was a very smooth entry throughout there. I felt like
he went a little bit deep into that corner there.
Yeah, and he
Loses the back
he's
a
ran
little
a
bit of
DRS
traction
already. I think this is around 3rd place. 2nd. Just beats his teammate.
Very close between Mercedes, Jones. Plevs goes into P4 on the soft tyres. The 134
goes into the pits. Cracker on his debut DNE race has finally decided to rock up, and he'll start 13th. Is he letting the car go? Oh, he's getting the drift going. Definitely been watching some Tier 1 races with Zach Kron. So he's an active watcher. And Bodhod retires as he was the last driver. So we'll have 18 drivers on the grid unless someone else has joined during that time. I didn't notice.
Pretty expected top 5, I'd say.
Yeah, without a doubt.
From all the Tier 1 drivers there, yeah. Even Wogboy's up there.
Yeah, would have expected a little bit more from Wogboy. But he's more or less the long game kind of driver. But yeah, this kind of balances out throughout. Gaming Burger, one of the top blue drivers, he was a reserve. Like, you can tell, like, the top assist drivers are up there, all the Tier 1 drivers are up there, and then when you start coming down to the lower section, obviously we have Stewart and Tao at the bottom, who just did their times on hards. Maybe they invalidated the rest of their track. I'm very interested to
see why Tao didn't go softs. Usually he goes hard, so maybe he's playing the long game as well. He wants to get to that intermediate stage of the race.
Yeah, and then we had unfortunate BK who crashed or retired. We didn't see it, so...
Or got tilted from crashing into the pit lane. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, don't do it during the race. I'd rather not have a shot, like lap 1, and try and commentate on a race restart while doing that. No thanks. As the drivers fine-tune their equipment with the mechanics and the engineer team. I'll be filling up my glass.
Uh-oh, I've broken the seal. It's all over.
Right. It's all over for you, mate.
Alright, I better get me shot ready because I think there's going to be one incident turn 1.
Did I give these drivers a formation lap? I did. Just a reminder for tonight's multi, mainly Tier 1 we're looking for. We have a lot of Tier 1 drivers, so potentially we could have more than 3 DNFs. A yellow driver. The yellow drivers for tonight are Lunacy, Banana Cake Pie. BK is a reserve driver, but I'll count him as well as James. And I think that's it for the yellow drivers. We have the Wall of Death, which is just under the bridge, and safety car within the first 5 laps. So anything could happen. This is going to be 61 laps. 61 laps around Singapore.
Of Singapore enjoyment with, very, very difficult track to overtake on. You have 1, maybe 2 opportunities.
Yeah.
So we'll see who goes for the dive bombs later on in the race.
These drivers need to be extremely patient. This is not a track to be extremely aggressive on, especially that the longevity of the race is 61 laps around here. So, I mean, per lap time, it's roughly around a 145, 148, something like that. Or they're on softs and mediums. And you've only really got 2 overtaking places, so you really have to set yourself up for the DRS zone and then save fuel and ERS for the next time to defend. I wouldn't be super heroic into the first couple laps because you've got like 58 laps to go after the first couple. So you may get a few places off the start, but don't be extremely silly into gaining a place into like the top 5 or the top 10, because you need to hold them off for another 60 laps. So hopefully we don't see a car leave us so soon. Obviously for them, they get to go home and play something else. Probably go on ranked and actually do a track they enjoy.
Yeah, be interesting to see if anyone gets caught out from the extremely heavy fuel load of 100% race.
Yeah, that's going to be a big one.
it's going to be driving like a boat. So
as we already have a car chilling, is that a BK?
It's BK. Yep,
so what? He's retired and he's also put himself back on the grid. He's got to have cold mediums. He's at the back. Hopefully he doesn't underbrake.
Hopefully he's not AFK. Hopefully he's there.
Yeah, hopefully he's actually there, because the last thing we want is... Well, I do have the AIs at a reasonably high setting for tonight, so hopefully the camera angle does improve. It's not going to let me. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. Don't tell me it's glitched.
Long hold.
Don't. Away we go. Thank God, because the last time we did one, it was actually broken. As BK still in the starting line, as we have. Oh, contact already with the 2 Williams towards Toro Rosso and the McLaren drivers. So in the middle of the pack, they're already quite squirmish already, trying to assert themselves to gain a couple laps. As we're going into potentially a 3 wide down the straight here with Breno, Wog points. But oh no, we already got one gone. One casualty. It's Bodhod. BK disqualified for sitting. He was AFK, so we've already lost one driver, technically, not a retirement, but it's a disqualification nonetheless. I'm going to hold that drink for later. As we already have a disturbed Red Bull trying to push through the gap here as he's got an easy mode banana cake pie in front of him. We have a Wog Boy who's trying to go too wide here. He's got to sit behind, can't do crap. No,
Wog Boy, he's just been manhandled off the start there by 3 cars. Spilly, I think, was the one who put him wide, and he'd been manhandled back 3 spots, unfortunately.
Yeah, exactly. He's the biggest loser, I believe, on the start of this race. He's lost 3 positions. Obviously, Bodhod's actually the biggest loser. He's lost 8 positions, being, I believe, half spun, but he hit the wall. His car's still in shape. Still plenty of distance to go. Safety cars will come out.
Zach Crichton actually overtakes amazing. I missed that one, actually.
Yeah, must have been into turn 1. We just got caught up with the rest of the grid, and he's already started to pull away. 1 second already is the time difference.
Yeah, and they're on different tyres, aren't they? Zach, he's on the mediums. Oh, so amazing how it goes into the pits.
He's on the pits. Yeah, exactly. He doesn't have any wing damage. Maybe he regrets the decision of going on to the softs.
Yeah, I have seen this sort of strategy before from Denny Berezne. He usually pits lap 1 just to get out of the shit, I'd say, just to get out of everyone's way and make time up from the back. Because the softs are not going to last long around here, you know. So interesting to see what sort of strategy he implements later on.
Yeah, in doing so, he also gives Zach a free contract to start pushing, as well as 40, so it makes him extremely breathable throughout, but also for himself, he'll be able to gain so much time having all that fresh air. He'll be able to push on those fresh mediums compared to the ones that were used in qualifying. Plevs, who hasn't gained or lost a position. Same with Can't Do Crap, who just lost a spot to Stuart McKenzie. Easily does it all. We also have a Crackerjack that wants to go side by side. They are still side by side throughout. Oh, this is fantastic driving by these two. Crackerjack on his first D&E race has shown great composure throughout. But he lost the position back to Country Grab, defending perfectly.
A very clean racing from the two drivers there.
This is only lap 2.
They're going at it already, so
yeah, exactly.
We'll see if 40 and Gameyberg can piggyback each other back up to Zach. Zach looks very pacey around here, so it's going to be a tough ask for him.
Yeah, it's a very long, enduring race for these drivers. 61 laps around the longest F1 circuit on the calendar. You got to keep yourself entertained here, because as soon as you start getting bored, you start making mistakes, getting time penalties, hitting the wall, etc. So as much as it's got to be for us, this Can't Do Crap goes into the pits off the soft, so maybe there is a soft to medium strategy here, because both the soft drivers have gone into the pits already. Zach has already pulled a 2-second lead off 40. He's away.
So Wogboy's made up 2 positions from the start, back to almost where he was here. Unfortunate start for him. He's got Breno up next. Let's see what he can do.
Yeah, he's definitely putting the pedal down here, because you can. Breno and Plez are both on the soft, so those tyres will be overheating as well as just losing a lot more grip. The mediums are such a more phenomenal tyre compound around this circuit. Yeah. Even the hards, I feel like as soon as they start getting into into the proper tyre temperature, they are quite overpowered as well.
It does look like some of the soft runners are struggling quite a bit. Plevs sort of does look like he's struggling with a bit of understeer.
Yeah, I think Breno's just doesn't have any grip coming out of the corners.
The Wildboat's right on the back of him too, so
yeah,
they're definitely struggling on these soft tyres.
Yeah, we're gonna. We have another. Is it a Racing Point's can't do crap? Racing Point absolutely having a shocker. Those hards will not be warm anytime soon. And he's got wing damage. Oh, that's an orange and a red. He needs to go and pit again. Hopefully he doesn't go too quick and hit the wall. Oh, he's right that close. Go back on.
Oh, he's done it.
Oh,
He's put it into the wall.
He's done it. I was saying it, mate. You've got no wing. As Bodhard makes a fantastic move around the outside from his colleague's mistake. Hopefully he doesn't go too quick and hit him into the wall. I'm actually going to stay on board even though Wogboy's going to make a move. No, don't. He's actually time bomb. No, don't do it.
He's got a 5-second penalty.
Dude,
oh.
Can't do crap. There is still 57 laps left, and you've put it into the wall nearly basically on purpose. Don't. If you heard us saying we're taking shots for people's retirement, you better not be doing it just so we can take a drink. Because seriously,
yeah.
I won't have any of it. Because Wogboy only 3/10 off right at the back.
I think he needs to pull his head in here. Can't do crap. He's having an absolute shocker. See if the pit team gives him a bit of a talk through. In the pit. He's not going to pit, is he?
Surely he just.
Oh, okay. He's cutting the.
Oh, don't. Motherfucker. This motherfucker.
He's so listening, bro. Oh, he's a time. No way.
No.
Oh, and there's a time penalty too.
Come on.
Oh wait, is he going back out? It's putting his car back out. They just wait a second.
Nah, his car's still sitting. That's probably
no.
It's still rolling, is it?
Yeah, it's coming out of the pits, is it? Oh no, it's just stopped in the pit lane.
Alright, we'll stay on board with Zach Ryan because we may see the car not despawned. Zach Ryan hit the wall there. Does he have any wing damage? He does not. The reduced damage is clearly helping him.
He did open the lead up to about 2.8, so 40 and Gameberger is sort of pulling back here.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
What I'm interested, because Zach is still using the same strategies you would use in a 50% race. He's absolutely draining that ERS. He's pushing every single lap he's got. Compared to the rest of the grid, 40, 57%, Gaming Burger, 44%, Spilly 84%, Plez 44%. Like, the rest of the grid all have above 40%. And there's Zach Crichton at 11%.
See what we overtake Breno pretty easily on the straight there. I think those softs are really starting to struggle.
Yeah, you can already tell by the time difference between Breno and Wogboy on that overtake. He's already lost 6/10. Every lap these guys are staying out on, they're just losing more and more time.
Yeah, so maybe amazing how it was onto something. He has actually got onto the back of James Cruz. So he's made up, 15 seconds.
Alex has made a mistake, or there might have been slight contact. Front wing seems to be okay. As we have Blocky Rex comment, amazing, I was lucky I'm not in there to take him out. you did put on a masterclass in Australia on how to defend. Not saying
James Cruz goes wide. Oh, just misses the wall there. Oh. Amazing how it goes already outside of him.
We're going to see a retaliation from James. Is James going to be the Blocky Rex of Singapore? We're going to see a dive bomb here. No, he's definitely nowhere near enough to see a move here. But drivers that we need to check up on. Banana Cake Pie still consistent around here. He's in 9th. We'll obviously let the fast drivers go past Stewart. Mackenzie's gone past him, has already made a bit of a gap. But
so Tao actually qualified on the hards, but he started on the mediums. So he's up 6 spots into 10th place.
Yeah, free choice of tyre at the back of the grid when he was in 17th position, I believe. Oh no, yeah, 17th. I think Stewart was in 16th. But yeah, good choice of tyre on the mediums. Try and get as many positions as you can before the rain starts coming in. Obviously, that's going to be a wild card. So maybe people did pick a wet setup. Maybe there is a pace difference between the drivers.
That's another thing to point out. Most of these drivers would have underfueled by a long way.
Significantly, yeah, they want that.
80% of this lap is running lean or standard, just for the tyre temperatures.
Yeah, as we can flick through, we can see any driver that has a yellow fuel gauge has underfueled the car to its max. So we have the very lazy Tao who has underfueled. Stuart McKenzie, you'll probably notice it's all the Tier 1 drivers. Breno, Wogboy, Plevs has not decided to underfuel the car. Spilly
also.
Gaming Burger has done it, 40 and Zach. Bodhod has also done it, Cracker's also done it. And Amazing Now has done it, Alex has done it. So yeah, actually, even Lunacy's done it. Well done, lad.
I think they're all in a party together, so they would have.
Yeah, they've all would have followed up.
Yeah,
exactly. Because the fuel load, you can save so much. There's no need to use any fuel in the whole of Sector 3. Your fuel should be off. Everywhere else, you're on standard. ERS does all the work. But yeah, it's very noticeable that you can see like even the yellow drivers have started picking up on the tips and tricks, like underfueling the car to a point where you just start saving, especially during the rain period. That's where you'll save all your fuel because there's no need to use
exactly
any of it
right.
there.
Yeah.
As we've got yellow flags in Sector 2, it's a Cracker Jack.
As Alex gets a 3-second time penalty, that's a
sip.
Amazing how setting the fastest lap with a 1:41.
So he's clearly got that free air. He's put the hammer down as he's got a vulnerable Alex and Zed in front of him. He'll have DRS. Are we going to see a move down this long straight? One of the only overtaking zones, because there used to be 2 DRS zones, but apparently there isn't one in this one. No, he's going to stay behind him. He's gained 3/10 from that. As Crackerjack has retired from the race on lap 7. So we have 3 retirees.
That's the wall of death too.
Is that the wall of death? It is
too.
too. It's in. Yeah, it is. Wall of death, Sector 3. Unfortunately, we might have Zach, who might have a view before it despawns. But with... Zach Crine's actually retaliated and put a purple Sector 1. Sector 2,
He's pulled out 3.7 seconds. He's put a second and a half.
The car is still there! The car is still on the track! It's crazy scenes here! Look at it! That's not the wall of death. That's not I don't know how he's got on the left-hand side of the wall. Usually...
maybe he bounced off the wall of death.
Wall of death just spat him out. Didn't want any of that McLaren flavour. But that is a multi-tick, and unfortunately it is a shot for later. I'll wait for a safety car or something.
Very unfortunate for Crackjack. He looked pretty good in his debut race.
Taylor's made a move of banana cake pie into turn 1. But yeah, Crackerjack, he said, nice track choice, guys. Hit the right-hand side, bounce to the left, no grip at all. Yeah, it's just one of those tracks where you guys voted and you guys decided to race.
Stuart McKenzie on Plebs here, going around the outside. Plebs really struggling on those softs. Stuart McKenzie up 9 positions. Well done to the new driver there.
Yeah, clean move. Getting a move on the feeder team of Toro Rosso.
Plebs didn't really fight it too much. I think he knows his softs are dying, so...
Yeah, I think it would be more beneficial if he starts following, gain a little bit more time in DRS.
Yeah, trying to get a bit of a piggyback towards the front runners here.
Yeah, he's just oversteering as hell, Plebs is, at the moment, but very easy tell. Most positions gained, I believe, next to Stuart McKenzie. These guys going up 7 and 9 positions. He's about to see Breno in probably 2 laps' time.
Oh, he's really put it deep there. Very lucky on the Ferrari job not to hit the wall and lose his wheel.
Yeah, that was... As soon as a commentary curse comes in, it really wants to set in. Hopefully he doesn't hit the wall of death as well. Cutting that corner perfectly as well.
I think we might see these soft runners come in soon.
Yeah,
they seem to be struggling quite a bit. So
yeah, maybe 9 laps is just way too much on these tyres. They're losing too much time compared to these mediums. These mediums are just so much quicker. As he gets DRS on Breno, so he isn't pushing, he's just staying in 2. So we'll probably see a move in the next lap, unless he gets a better run-off. He clearly has. We actually might see a move on this DRS straight here.
So Breno's lap, he done a 1:44.5, and amazing how I just put in a 1:42 on the mediums, so that's just the difference in times.
We're not going to see a move, but obviously we'll probably see one later in the circuit, as Banana Cake Pie has dropped off quite a bit since Tao's overtaken him.
I think Tao's saving a bit of ERS behind Renault. He didn't really put it into none in the DRS zone, so he might try for it next lap.
Yeah, that'll be the objective.
Zach's still pulling away here. It's up to 4 seconds. Gaming Burger's still hanging on to the back of 40, so they still have a decent amount of ERS.
Yeah, the one thing I'll be waiting to see is whereabouts would Zach come out of the pits, because obviously Mosey now has made his pit stop for mediums, already gained a few positions from it, but Zach's pulled 4 seconds. Like, that's just, he's putting the hammer down. Oh, as he gets 3 seconds, as he is pushing that much quicker.
Let's see what sort of warnings drivers have. So 40's got 2 warnings.
Yeah, 10
Gaming
laps
Burger
in.
has.
Not even halfway. Can't even say it's a 25% race yet.
Spilly 0 warnings. Wogboy 2 warnings. Stewart 1 warning. So most of the top drivers besides Zach don't have that.
I think Gaming Burger's just enjoying staying behind 40. You know, he's not using any of his DRS, just staying in that DRS zone. But because I think they just, he's basically 40's just towing him away. Spilly's nearly 2.5 seconds away. Wogboy, big deficit between them. Stewart, big deficit between them. Plev's even a big
I'm not
deficit.
sure how the sitting behind 40 is going to affect his tyre wear too much. Hopefully he might have a bit more tyre life.
Yeah.
Gaming sitting behind him.
I don't know. It seems like Tao's mediums have been. I feel like they're quite slippery at the moment. I feel like he just keeps getting too close to the wall. Maybe he's just pushing a little bit too hard, and just to catch up to Plebs. Because Plebs are still on those softs, so.
We did miss. Banana Cake Pie is on the back of Breno now, so Breno's really struggling. But he was second off Breno, at least lap before. So Breno, I don't know when he's going to come in for this pit stop. Interesting to see when it starts to rain. Actually,
yeah, because surely these guys are not going to bring those softs all the way to the rain. Because
they'd lose so much
45
time.
minutes in, they'll be beyond breaking point. Ooh, Banana scraping the wall. But you can tell...
Plev's into the pits there.
Yep, so Breno's followed. That's when the pit strategy has started on lap 11. So, but Banana Cake Pie will get free DRS for this sector. But, as we can tell by the interval, there is a huge gap between everyone. Gaming Burger's the only car that's happy sitting behind 40 at the moment. But this is
Plevs
Singapore.
and Breno do put on the medium tyres there.
Yeah, they'll be going till the rain comes. But with Singapore's high humidity, it will take some time before the track will become interweather. But from the photo that Banana has sent me, it seems to be full wet conditions. Not storm, but full wet conditions at 45 minutes in.
I think
Track
around here
temperature drops
too.
by 10 degrees. So, yeah, it will take some time.
I think when it does happen around here, it happens quickly. From what serves me right, like from memory.
Yeah, it'll come
I think it
down
does happen
quick.
very quickly. Like you'll have grip, and then maybe the next sector you'll just lose grip like that.
Yeah,
I've watched some streams before that's happened.
as a street circuit, not much drainage for these tracks. As well as it will dry up quite quick as well at the end of the weather. So maybe just staying out on inters would be the best go, and saving one of the longest pit stops in the calendar. I think it's like 36 seconds for this pit stop. It's quite a long one, I feel, compared to other ones in the past. But
I think the only one that beats it is Britain.
oh yeah, Silverson's one is insanely slow. I think it's because it's the 60 kilometers per hour as well. Tracks that have a short entry point and visual have to have a slower entry speed, so that makes it that much longer. But yeah, Silverstone's got a huge pit lane.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. They need to shorten that shit straight up. Not really much going. Not really too much going on at the moment. It's sort of got a decent gap between everyone except the Gaming Burger and 40. They're just sort of towing each other along.
Rather than just watching the tow sesh, we might just go and give someone some highlight, give them some camera. We'll put it onto James Cruz, a fan favourite, Mr. No Assist, as he has blue flags. He will let Zach go first. With no ghosting on, he has to abide by these rules. As you can see, he's got the blue helmet on, which is tied to the 10v10 that's on Fridays at 8:30. Team Red, you know it.
Has he got his wheel back yet? Is he still on the pad?
We'll tell by his inputs. He's definitely on controller. He's definitely on those controller assists by those flat inputs. So
yep.
He'll be extremely more consistent as he cuts that corner.
Jesus Christ.
Huge.
Massive corner cut there. Yeah.
He'll enjoy the DRS while he has it. He'll probably just get it for that sector. Also Bodhod, who had a shocking start, obviously being hit, so he's in no man's land at the moment. Hasn't shown any competitive speed because it was only 2 corners before he was killed. But he was a tier 2 champion. He won by 130 points. He was just consistent. Got only 2 wins, but he was on the podium for most weeks. So one of the quickest no assist drivers in the second tier. Definitely will get promoted to tier 1 next year, so it'd be great to see what he's going to do to that field. Brenner, who's also chilling at the back of the pack because he had to stop.
James Cruz gets a 3-second time.
Cutting corners to stay in that DRS most likely, but he's got a 40 who isn't. He's quite close to him, so blue flags will pop up once more. But some drivers that have just been consistent as Wogboy and Spilly, just staying in the top ranks. They're happy with where they are, not really pushing. Times have all stayed the same for the past.
I think the main thing that everyone's going to be looking out for is when to pit onto these wet tyres. I mean, you can gain a lot of time by pitting at the exact time that you need to pit. Stay out too long, you're going to lose a lot of time on medium worn tyres, especially in the wet.
Yeah, exactly. I still can't believe they picked this track. Did they not know what this track was?
it's wheel users, man. I'm telling you, it's like
yeah.
Who uses a pad? Like, I think so. We know James uses a pad. I think does Alex use a pad?
No, Alex is big wheel podium boy. I think okay. So I'll go down the order and I'll go through who's using a wheel or a pad. So Zach's on a wheel, Gaming Burger wheel, 40 is on a wheel, I believe. Spilly, I think, is on a controller. Wogboy controller. Stewart wheel, Towel wheel, Banana Cake Pie is on a controller. Amazing how was on a controller, but he's on a wheel. He'll be enjoying this circuit a lot more now. Lunacy, controller, Alex wheel, Plebs wheel. Oh, who's actually right behind Alex at the moment, so we actually might see a move for a quick moment. Breno, I believe, is also on a wheel. Bodhod is newly on a wheel, so that can also explain some mistakes. And James is a 50-50 at the moment because it's under maintenance. So, bit of a split field. I still don't know why they voted for this. Even as a wheel user, I wouldn't have voted for it. I enjoy it for a 50% race. Don't get me wrong, but 100% race is not going to happen. As players makes that look super easy because it was DRS, overtake, done and dusted. He'll pull a second off him at the end of this lap, and Alex won't have DRS to fight back. That's basically what's going to happen. This race is going to be so dead. It's flat 14. Dude, this is a long race to commentate on for fucking 50% races, and this is 100%.
Yeah, let alone 100, man. Well, I'm going to be pretty torched by the end by the looks of it. There's no safety cars, so that's. I think we'll see it in the wet, definitely. I think someone's going to bin it into the wall.
We need a safety car. As much as we don't want one, we need
Lunacy pretty much lets Plebs go there. Plebs goes a little bit deeper, gets it stopped in time.
Is he going to fight back though? No,
I
you
think
can't.
Lennis is just giving him a bit of a look.
We might see a check up at the DRS zone. I mean, fresh mediums. What's the what's the tyre difference at the moment?
Amazing how right behind Banana Cake down the home straight. Will he go for the dive bomb? I think Banana Cake will let him go.
If
Yeah,
Banana's
as he
smart, might as well try and get him back while using DRS. Surely he's not just going to be frightened by the name, but wow, Amazing Hour's actually pulled a lot. Just in the Republic Boulevard.
He's got 80% ERS as well, so he's been very conservative. Even though he's been making up a lot of spots, he's been very conservative in his ERS, so he's definitely playing a long game.
Banana couldn't even respond there at Ruffles Boulevard going into the National Highway. He's not even close anymore. He's already gained a second off him. That's just
Billy right on the back of 40.
He's joined.
I think 40 may have made a mistake because Gaming Burger's 4 seconds ahead now.
Oh wow,
so we actually
have
missed
too.
That. Yeah.
I didn't see any yellow flags come up. But maybe I thought the yellow flags might have been for James just pulling over to the side. I didn't think it was.
Yeah, so maybe 40's spun, or I don't think he has any damage. No damage, so he just lost it somewhere, I think. And Gaming Burgers.
Yeah. Okay.
So 45 minutes in. What lap is that? I don't know my maths very well.
Just flip the numbers over and we're at the end of the race. 40 made a mistake from Blocky. Sleep. Racer, it's 3 AM for me. I've been up for a bit. This is why I didn't want you to do comms. You would have fallen asleep. Half spun on the last corner a couple laps ago. We are that off the pace. Some of the comments. Great commentary, lads, from Stefan. Thank you. Iconic as well.
Alex, right on the back of Lunacy down the straight here. See if he can get this move done into turn 1. Lunacy doesn't really fight it too much. Just sort of lets it go. He's kind of going for the switchback, but he gives him room.
Oh, he's been completely off the circuit as Brenner's got to take advantage of this. Maybe he was letting Brenner go at the same time since he's made his pit stop. Bit of team orders going through because Brenner's making a charge for Alex right now.
He's sort of following the footsteps of Plebs.
Brenner, are we going to see a dive bomb? We do! What interesting move in 16 laps in. Can't recharge
Alex gives
the
him
batteries.
the room though. It's very very nice racing from Alex. He's seen it coming, so he did give him the room. Brenner very aggressive into that turn there.
Are we seeing rain?
Yes, we are. I think with sprinkles.
First drops of rain.
There it is. So what's that, lap 16?
So this is the projected part of the track. Oh! James Cruz, caught ya. With a Red Bull! Who's that? Did he get caught up behind Stewart?
Oh no.
Oh, Stuart McKenzie's got damage.
He does, he's missing an end plate. Oh, that's tragic too. It's just started to rain, so he's going to really struggle here. For this next couple of laps until they get the
now, I'm going to take a guess. It was in Sector 3. Can't really move your car over in blue flags. Maybe Stuart was a bit impatient. I don't know, maybe punted James, or James just parked the car in a wrong spot. James goes in the pits, so obviously he got huge damage in the wall.
I've been watching Amazing. They're struggling for traction on these mediums in the wet already.
He's got to make a move on Tao. Is Tao going to defend? He does. Switch back. Amazing Hour. Down the inside. Tao takes the racing line through.
Little sidestep there by Amazing Hour.
Oh, like Tao with great traction. Oh, he has to put the brakes on early. Amazing Hour slams the door on him. Face first, right on him.
Bog boy with a 3 second time down here to sit there. I hope everyone at home might explain the rules of it. We made a drinking game for this race just to sort of entertain ourselves through the long as fuck race. So every time penalty we take a sip, every safety car we take a shot, and every DNF we take a shot as well. I think that's it, isn't it?
Yeah, that's all we can really do. Off the quick time we had to think about it, I'm not going to go on to fastest lap and do all that stuff.
Nah, we won't make it to the end there.
No. especially if there's a safety car, people on softs would just be smashing times. But the rain's
keep an eye on Zach Crichton here. I think everyone's gonna react to him pitting. Except for 40, of course, because they will
I feel
double
like
stack.
it'd be a smart move to jump the gun before Zach. So you don't have much time to you would rather have time to gain than lose. You're already 5 seconds behind him. Yes, he's got 3 seconds on his name, but the chances of pulling the inters just when the DRS turns off is quite high. At the right moment.
They're still doing respectable times. Plebs just put in a 144 in the mediums. So yeah, still within that dry time. I don't know.
Plebs does have some fresher mediums compared to these 18-lap old ones. Plus, they did qualifying. You can just tell by Zach's inputs here that it's quite gingerly experienced going through the corners. He's braking a lot earlier than recommended.
Amazing how he's up 7th position now. We're catching up to Stuart McKenzie quite quickly. He's done a very good stint on these mediums.
Yeah, even Spilly had a chance to make a move as Lunacy and Alex are battling again.
Mod Hod
Oh,
3 seconds.
okay. Alex decides to take the move back, nearly putting him into the wall. Lunacy, I think the move was to not punt him into the wall, because obviously with the rain they'd be sliding a little bit more. As you can tell by Lunacy, full brakes, trying not to hit him.
40 comes into the pits. It looks like he's going to be the first one to blink. Oh, to put on the inters here.
Alright, let's see if anyone follows.
Yeah, it doesn't look like that. I expect maybe Stuart or Amazing Air will follow. I think Stuart will be the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, as we do see him come in. That is definitely going to hurt Amazing out, because I really think these mediums, we will see most of the drivers go in this lap, I think.
We had Server Knight check in with the Haas garage about the Stuart McKenzie incident. James made a mistake into the wall of doom, and McKenzie picked him up while he was reversing off the wall. So it was just collateral damage. It was just a bad time, bad place for Stuart, just to get caught up in a backmarker's mistake.
Yeah, it's pretty unfortunate for him.
He would have lost a good amount of time, but yes, we've had 4 people pit onto the inters. So now let's see the difference between the leader and these inters at the moment. Inters are not ready at the moment.
See, look, Zach's 7.9 seconds off his fastest time as well. So it is definitely over the changeover point at the moment. He is very, very cautious around this last sector.
We also had some conversations from the Racing Point garage while we have this interweather. Had no brakes, the team told me to bring the car home. Seems to be maybe the brake pedal wasn't calibrated properly. Might have to tell the team that the brake bias was a bit off. But we had 3 people come in now. So early. Yeah, as Zach comes in. So let's see where he comes out. Obviously, Gaming Burger's got to follow. Spilly's got to follow. So where is 40 going to come? We'll stay on board with him. Hopefully he's pulled that gap. It was like 4 seconds.
It's going to be interesting. I don't think the inters are... See, it's just right on the changeover point, so I don't think he's gained any time.
Because we haven't been told DRS has been disabled yet, so all these drivers are jumping in just from the feel of the old tyre. As 40 comes around the start-finish straight, Zach has just left, and he's gone around turn 3 already. Does 40 jump anyone else? He jumps Spilly, and he's behind Gaming Burger by 4 seconds, so he hasn't moved. He's
hasn't moved anything.
Yeah, by 6 seconds. He's actually lost time. He lost 2
Gaming
seconds.
Burger's he's put in a hell of an in-lap there, Gaming Burger. Gained 2 seconds.
2-3, Ferrari!
That's not Lazy Tao, is it?
It's Alex. No, my instinct was to go to Tao, though.
Sorry, Tao.
as you see the rest of the grid box onto inters. Now this is going to become extremely interesting because we might see some early mistakes as we have the two Red Bulls working together. Stewart and Amazing Hour. Stewart is now comfortably sitting behind Amazing Hour at the moment. They might do some swaps depending on who has the better pace.
So I think this is where the wet setup or the hybrid setup comes in. We can see if any of the drivers have actually put that into their setup.
Yeah, maybe they even adjusted the wing height before going into the pit lane.
Yeah, it's definitely
would have been a smart play. As the closest battle is obviously the two teammates and Spilly. Spilly, I remember from the Singapore race in the wet, made a clinical mistake hitting Stuart McKenzie on the final lap of the race when it was a safety car restart with 2 laps to go, and that was in wet conditions. Like Spilly has incredible wet pace here. Maybe he has equipped a hybrid setup because at the moment he's quite comfortably gaining on 40 at the moment. But who knows? We might see Spilly on that podium. Because time penalties can be the big thing here. Because we've had some especially the leader, he stacked one up.
He's still... Zach's just put on a clinic. He's still got the at least a 4-second lead. Yeah, it's been like that since lap 3. So yeah, it's pretty clinical from Zach. I think a safety car wouldn't do him any good because in the wet conditions. Make it definitely more interesting.
What I'm noticing as well, he was in hot lap for most of that first sector, so he's using all that ERS up again because he's got 70% for the first time.
Gamingberg hasn't used any. He's on 100%. So.
Yeah, Gamingberg has just got a huge
he's just on a Sunday cruise by the looks of it.
Yeah, he's happy where he is. Like most of the grid have extremely high ERS tanks at the moment. Lowest one on 60% with the Toro Rosso. But that's about it. James Cruz is starting to warm his tyres up in these wet conditions. Don't know if he's got line on. He usually races without racing line. Reggie Lazy Towel gets his first set of 3-second time penalties. So
well, I had Towel tipped for a disqualification, so he's actually done very well to minimal penalties 20 laps in.
Yeah, if it was only a 50% rate, as James Cruz decides to do a huge cut, keeping that car up. Oh, there's Zach! All types of sideways. Following James Cruz's footsteps there, going and drifting throughout that whole third sector. Now, last time we were in Singapore, he actually made a mistake on the last turn. Hit the wall, but got no front wing damage. And me and Smeg were just utterly shocked. And he still went to win the... Oh no, he didn't win the race. Stuart McKenzie did. He came, I think, third or fourth. No, it was a podium.
So he spun out the last corner and hit the wall and got no
damage. Yeah, and that was on full damage.
I get a sniff of the wall and my wing's off. And, the race is ruined, but he hits the wall full boys and gets no wing damage.
Yeah, he spun cutting the curb too much. But yeah, Stewart and Amazing Hour still happily towing each other away, trying to help each other. But
not really making too many inroads.
Exactly. Everyone's very consistent because you can't really do much in these wet conditions when it comes to ERS. You're basically in hot lap and overtake on the straight. Everywhere else you're on low. So race pace is very equal at the moment. Not seeing any huge cuts in time. Yellow flags in sector 2. It's another Ferrari. It's not Tal again. It's Alex. Gotta check. I believe Alex hit the wall of doom. It's caught another driver out. He's got front wing damage.
Zach Crichton with another 3-second penalty. So Gamingberg is now within the...
Even 40's even in that. Nearly in that, actually.
Yeah, so Gamingberg, he only has one warning, so Zach really pushing at the moment.
As he does a front wing change. Bodhard makes overtake while his arch rival is in the pits. James Cruz also jumps him in the pits, and he's also going to be lapped again very shortly by Zach Crun. Now, hopefully James pulls over in the DRS area.
Yeah, well, I hope he doesn't bend it into a wall. Alex, 5-second time penalty crossing the pit lane 4. Pit lane exit white line, yeah, right. I think he's having a bit of a shocker, Alex, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, but it's good to see that he's been here the whole time. He hasn't left the session on lap 6 as James kindly pulls over. But now now the rain's really coming down. You can tell that there's some puddles evolving outside of the racing line as James Cruz gets 3 seconds for losing control of the car. Codemasters are delusional. Clearly didn't see that his car was sideways, but apparently he gained time. Should do that around everywhere else on the circuit.
Alex pulls over, 40 and Spilly.
Yeah, I don't want to get anywhere near these guys. If I was a back mark, I'd rather put my car on the wall just to get out of the way of these guys.
Yeah, especially they're so much quicker than everyone. Most of the time.
Tier 1 drivers have locked out the top 10. Except for Breno, who is a blue driver. So, literally, it's basically Tier 1 100% race at the moment for the top 10. But all we need is one yellow driver. Banana, you need to put your foot down 4 seconds away from a multi-tick. But at the same time, we actually need 3 Tier 1 drivers to get put into the wall to get that to hit.
I think we might see. I'm just hoping we get a safety car because definitely see some moves.
Yeah, and that would just spice it up more. Like we'll see more carnage. Like from the start of the race, we had 2 major collisions and a lot of dive bombs early. But then the field already spread out when all the soft runners had to pit. Lost a lot of time there. But
I think it's a very unfortunate start for Wogboy too, getting pushed around by all the lower tier drivers, giving him some trouble, but seem to pull it back. He's back where he started, which is alright. I want to see him make some inroads on Spilly. I know he has the pace for it. Amazing how fallen behind as well. He was within 18 seconds of Wogboy, but now he's out to 21. So I don't know if Wogboy's got a bit of extra pace on the controller because there is a thing going around saying the controller does have inbuilt traction control in the wet, so it is a lot easier to drive in the wet on a pad than it is a wheel, which I find, I'm a pad user, I find that tricks as well.
Yeah, because I've never used the pad, and this is my first year of racing, and oh, it's James Cruz! Oh, come on, get out of the way! No.
He's really held 40 up.
40. What is he doing? He has killed that 8/10th gap as James is still driving side by side. As he's finally let him go. Spilly is laughing at the moment. He is now right up the bum of 40, but lucky by 40 he didn't get any damage like Stuart McKenzie did early into the race.
He's lost about a second to Gaming Burger just by that little incident with James, but. Yeah, see what we can do.
But yeah, but
Zach's still pulling away now.
Yeah, Zach's just getting more and more comfortable as he goes. But crazy enough, 40's actually already pulled that time back. Spilly was 8/10 away, and he's now 8/10 away already. So as much as James was in the way, really. Maybe just made 40 a little bit nervous, but then again, he's just pulled that second. He's actually pulled time away. It's crazy.
Yeah, Stuart was 1.5 seconds off amazing, yeah, but he's pulled that time back a little bit, so he's within that 1 second.
Oh, amazing now with a drift and a half.
He's struggling a little bit in the way. Maybe he's got the dry setup on. Which may be why he pitted early for the mediums to try and make it as much inroad as possible.
Yeah, he is 22 seconds behind the counterpart of...
Stuart goes very wide. Oh, very wide.
Yeah, we might see...
This is that whole turn.
Yeah, we might see some inter-team battling just from a user error. But oh, yellow flag sector 2. It's just James Cruz giving away, pulling to the side of the road. Oh, he's gone and punted Alex. He's gone and punted him. You've done your job right, but then you've gone and double backed on it.
But, so Alex has actually lapped him as well.
Yeah, he's...
He's way... Jesus. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Yeah, this is something else. Oh!
Alex has gone deep?
Yeah, he's taken the off-road. And he's got plenty of time to reverse the car and bring it back on track, so he'll happily...
So James actually lapped himself there. He'd be happy about that.
But he's still 2 laps from the leader.
Oh, almost hits the wall there too. He's really struggling. I think he's lit up his rear tyres.
The rain's really coming down now. It's coming to the point where the Inters... well, it's not going to be going to that wet time period yet. Still some time. But I'm interested just to see, like, maybe if Stewart will make a mistake and just hit his teammate. That would be fire.
Amazing! Oh, massive drift! He's lost a lot of time there, Stewart.
Is Stewart gonna let him go? Is Stewart gonna go? Surely.
Oh, he's gonna do it.
He's gonna make a move. Oh, contact! No, he lets him go. He's gone on the brakes.
Amazing! I'm getting the better traction though out of that turn.
Is he fighting back? He is! Dive bomb!
Oh, he's pushed him wide into the wall! Oh.
So all that towing was just a setup. Here we go. This is what we're looking at. 2 Red Bulls side by side. Oh, they're both taking different lines. The squeeze from Stewart
goes very deep, very deep.
Amazing now, all tail happy as well.
Stewart very aggressive against his teammate. He's having none of it. He wants that 6th position there.
Maybe he's sick of just staying behind him as he's already gained a full second from Amazing Hour.
Yeah, I think Amazing Hour's definitely lit up his rears through that final sector and the first sector there. Overheat his tyres.
Yeah. So, after not battling someone for so long, as soon as you start getting into a battle, you put your foot down a little bit too hard, start getting tail happy, and make small mistakes. So Stewart is now in front of his teammate because they were only 22 seconds behind Mogboy, so Amazing Hour was slower, so maybe Stewart can pull that gap in as we have... Oh, is that for Teo again? No, it's not Teo, it's it's Alex! Alex is pulling aside 2 Red Bulls! Now we've got Amazing Hour back behind Stuart McKenzie again, with Alex right behind them. Actually might go from his view. Oh no, he's got another Ferrari right behind him. He's got to pull to the side. Tao goes past him. Is he going to let Plebs go as well? He does.
Yep.
Because while these 2 Red Bulls are finally battling, Tao's making some... he's cutting down the time here.
Yeah, he's pulled off 2nd in that last sector, actually. Oh, Stuart McKenzie, massive tank slapper. He's held it together somehow. Oh, he was going straight for that wall. They're really struggling out that last corner, these 2 Red Bulls.
Yeah, they are battling so much, but Stuart McKenzie's on 97%. Well, Amazing now. He's put the throttle down and used 40%. Yellow flags, it is the Bodhod letting the cars go past the leader. Stewart's gone.
So very lazy town right on the back of Amazing. It's within a second now, so these lads are battling so hard.
And Plebs is following right behind.
Yeah, they're both right up there. So we might get a little battle pack happening. There's a banana cake. It's a 3-second penalty.
It's actually been a while. But that was a nice segment of battling. Finally, we had something that was worth watching, and we are still not halfway. Huge lock up from Tao.
Jesus. I think we need to have that shot, man. Let me
liven us up. So he's within the second. Check on the stream, it's been a while. Thank you to all the 11 people consistently watching this 100% race at Singapore. You are watching it with us. Remember to subscribe to the channel. We're only 3 people off from the 100, which gives us the magical custom URL, which is what I've been looking for since we started. That will boost up our chances of sponsors, like the link in the description, because we've also got Track Racer, who is sponsoring us. If you use that link, we get a percentage from your purchase, which is great. We also have a UK and USA link for all of our members. We also, music supplied from all of our highlights as well as our streams is Ethereum, which is a link in the description as well to his Spotify. He's got 2 songs at the moment with an album coming out soon, and also our Instagram's in the link in the description as well, so go follow our social, etc. as that. Plug halfway through because I've got nothing else to talk about. What towers? 6/10 off, 4/10 off, he's getting there.
The rain really coming down now. It's got a lot heavier in the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, this is to a point where do you put on the wets?
Yeah, see, I don't know what sort of percentage the inches would be on after 9 laps. I could imagine it would be pretty high. I'm not sure how long they last.
Yeah, it depends, because if you put on the inters early when it's not into weather, you destroy them extremely quick. But if there's a lot of rain, they survive a lot longer. As Amazing Now actually hits the wall there. Full damage would have ripped that side wing off there. That would have given them a nice orange wing. But reduced damage is quite friendly for these Tier 1 drivers. It would be a whole new experience. They can make a small mistake and won't be huge.
Yeah, they won't be punished as
exactly.
much.
Punishments won't be as large.
I just done that shot. Oh man, that was rough.
Alright, I'll have to get mine then.
Captain Morgan is the best in the shot. We do have a little battle pack here, so we want to see, hopefully we see Lazy Tower get a bit aggressive.
Yeah.
That didn't didn't sound nice.
No, I hate it. My reactions are the same to all shots. But it's there.
Yeah.
Fireball's my favourite. Can take that.
Oh yeah,
can drink that forever.
Yeah, that really
The cinnamon.
it gets me good. Let's put it that way. I've done some stupid shit on Fireball.
1 hour in, not even halfway in, exactly. You thought the Australia race was long with all those safety cars. We've had not one safety car, but we're in the wet conditions, so these guys are doing an average time. Let's check those times, actually, from the race.
1:58 Lazy Tower just put in.
A 1:58.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. So you can tell by the times from Zach, for example, his first lap on the Inters, the first proper lap was a 1:57. But he's improving. He's got a 1:56.1.
Oh, amazing! He's lost it. Oh, he's gone side to side. He's hit both walls on either side of the track there. And
oh my!
I think
So
he has damage.
Very Lazy Tail has to put the hammer down. Forza Ferrari. Surely he's going to make a move down here. Is Amazing. He was lost all.
He
wheels.
doesn't have damage. You're kidding me. He hit both walls.
I feel like this. This reduced damage is basically off at this stage because. These drivers should have, Amazing Now, it's all sideways again! What are you...
He is... Literally, he drifted side to side, hit both walls, no damage. What?
The issue with Amazing Now and losing the side of the car is because he's in hot lap mode, all of that extra power is just getting thrown to those back tyres. That extra 100 kilometers per hour is just going to be thrown onto those back tyres. He's on 8% in the wet. Who has 8% ERS in the wet? He's pushing. He's all sideways again. He hits the back of Tao. Yellow flags in sector 2. Must be giving way someone, but Plebs.
Tao goes deep there. Oh my god.
Come on, you just got the move done. You can't bottle it already, lad.
He's getting a bit nervous behind Amazing Air, I think. Yeah, he starts getting better. Oh, Tao! Oh, he's drifting right over Tokyo Drift.
No, surely Amazing Now's not making a move down the inside here through the tunnel.
On the outside.
Wow. Oh, surely not. He's going to get that stuck there.
He's made it stick. Oh,
no. And he's going to cut the track. Surely he's going to let him give back the position.
Side to side through the fight, no way.
He didn't give back the position after cutting the track.
He's drifting. Oh, he's hit the wall!
Mate, he's got damage now. He's got an M plate finally ripped off.
I think he's well deserved because he's hit that many freaking walls.
Man, he was playing pinball on the last lap here.
Jeez. Oh, he's really struggling on those inters.
It's only 10 laps old. They wouldn't die that quickly, surely not.
I mean, he has been in a hot lap, so yeah, maybe he just overheated them.
Exactly. sometimes you have to just push to not the racing line just so you can cool down those tires.
Tail goes super wide.
Dude,
Plebs gives Plebs a chance to go around the outside. He does.
Lets him go. He's not going to try and close the gap on him again. Maybe Tao's also struggling as well because they're both on 11 laps old. Because this is insane.
I think maybe because it is raining a bit heavier as well. It's making the conditions very treacherous for the drivers.
Yeah.
Banana Cake pits for the wets.
Maybe Jeff is coming over the intercom to tell drivers to start going onto the wets because. Or maybe he just wasn't comfortable in the inters for that lap. Is anyone else going to bite?
Zach does a 154 his last lap, so he's not really slowing.
He's gaining time. He just pulled 2 seconds from his last lap then.
Yeah. Gamingberg gets a time penalty. Oh, that's going to hurt him because Zach, I suppose he's 13 seconds behind.
Yeah. Maybe Zach has gone for that hybrid setup or is really accustomed to the wet conditions here. But
he's just a freak, man. Zach's just a freak.
Oh, he's just a specimen.
He's very, very good. Very, very good. I reckon he's one of the best. Probably one of the best in Australia on PS4.
Yeah,
if not the best.
Yeah, the only way he would probably have any competition compared to like the tier 1 that we have at the moment, which is like completely no assist, no racing line. Because I think he uses racing line here and there, but amazing hour! He's ripped the whole front off.
He's really struggling around that.
The camera, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my
God! He's really struggling around that last corner, man. I think he's gone sideways every single lap on the inches around that corner.
Oh my god! I'm gonna go on my computer just so I can watch a replay of that. Oh my god! It's just the camera's on Towel and all you see is a drifting Red Bull. he catches it on the curb and then snaps back into the wall. Full damage, he's retired. He's gone. Safety car probably would have been out.
Oh, he's gone deep too. He's really struggling to get that car stopped.
Yellows in sector 3, probably giving away to cars again. If there's one car going to give us a safety car, it's got to be Amazing Hour.
Yeah, he's not. I don't think he's too happy. He's not too happy.
All over the shop.
So we'll see what sort of time Banana Cake puts in next lap. It looks like he's struggling pretty badly on these wets.
Yeah, those
even
wets.
with medium traction control.
Oh, Amazing Hour. Alex retired. He retired.
So Banana Cake Pie, he pits he's going to pit again for the inters. It looks like.
Yeah.
I think he's made that mistake.
Alex has had enough at 14th. I think this would have been probably the only race I would have been accepting smashing your car on purpose. Oh, Amazing Hour! How do you not retire your car? Look at you!
He's literally smashed the wall full noise.
Nah,
and
I
he
shouldn't
still
have put it on
has
reduce. No, you can't be shaking your wheel like that. You should be dead.
No way.
Nah,
man.
he's gonna lose his wheel here, surely. Surely he's just gonna drift into the wall. Oh, it's so close! It's so close! But he's gonna bring it home safe. He's gonna pit. He's gonna go behind Lunacy. Oh, he's just grinding the rest of the front.
He's wall riding that.
He's
doing the pit cut.
No, he's... he's
doing...
He's got no front wing, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, he does again. He's off. He's off it. Very entertaining from Amazing Hour. Yeah, I like it.
Go and look at him drift. He's holding it well.
Oh, he's done. He's just put on a show here.
Let's see if he pulls a drift with this camera angle. Surely, yep. He's warming him up. But we have an angry Breno coming behind him. He's gonna come back and hit him. I can't believe he hasn't died. What is the Red Bull, mate?
Oh my god, what are you doing? He's hit the curb, he's gone full lock sideways, and he's kept it somehow.
This is why I get a wheel, ladies and gentlemen.
So you could do this. You couldn't do this on a controller, you'd be in the wall.
Man, maybe if F1 had a motion controller settings where you can use your... But that's about it.
So, see Zach, 16 seconds, pull that gap it.
Imagine that's a retirement.
He's hit the wall again. He's still alive. I don't know.
Blocky Rex comments, even without me there, he isn't safe. Surely the
Oh, he's
wheels
in the
off.
wall. No! And he gets a time penalty for
Penalty for doing that.
Okay.
I don't know how his wheel hasn't come off.
Surely he's trying to retire his car.
Maybe he's just enjoying the drift. There's his damage from before where he should have retired the car. But with these moments like this, Lunacy will jump him and get inside the top 10, which is what we're looking for multi-wise. Wall of Doom gets around it.
Surely he comes into the pits.
Yeah, Plebs has actually made huge moves. He's actually pulled 2 seconds away from Very Lazy Tau. But this is the most interesting thing we've had for the last 4 laps. Will Amazing Hour pit? Yes. Will he hit the pit wall? No, he's actually going to bring it in. Alright, so Lunacy will jump. Oh, no, he's just decided to retire from the race inside the pits.
I mean, I wouldn't have been angry if you did actually just take your wheel off and get a safety car.
Would have been more welcoming for that. But
Thank
very
you for
professional.
Thanks for the 4 laps of entertainment there, Amazing. Yeah, I did appreciate it.
Hope to see you in the stream comments. Hopefully you can give us some insight into why the wheels were just shockingly hot. But yes, we have some comments saying James on for points. He's gotta get there. He's been lapped twice. So
Gaming Burger, Spilly, they have been making inroads onto 40 here. 40 was what, 7 seconds ahead of Gaming Burger? Or was Gaming Burger ahead of 40? I think we made a miss that, eh? I think Gaming Burger, because 40 made a mistake.
We did too.
Yeah, so
because there was a 4-second gap. There was a 6-second gap when they came out the pits between 40 and Burger.
Yeah, so we've actually missed that, unfortunately. So 40's got.
It was probably during the Red Bull fanatic moment. Red Bull started battling each other for 4 laps, and then we had Amazing Hour drift for 3.
Spilly's only 2 seconds behind Gaming, so we might, towards the end of the race, we'll see how long these inters last and when the dry does come out again. 16 seconds, Zach's just, he's off in the distance. It's pretty much a battle for for the podiums here.
Yeah, he's gotten to the point he's so good, there's no camera time for him. We just keep it on anyone else.
I did make a comment on one of the other. I think it was the last stream that he commentated. He didn't change his voice tone the whole season through his commentary. Like same voice, even when he got excited, still the same voice tone. Like, I mean, that's a skill in itself, in my opinion.
just to keep the same level of monotone ones and zeros. He's a robot.
Yeah, I think so. And that's why he's so good at the game.
It's just part of it.
He has one with F1 2019. So off the YouTube videos, the pad users seem to have it a bit easier in 2020. Yeah. So interesting to see what.
Just for the comment section to know that it will take 4 minutes and 10 seconds for James Cruz to jump Amazing Hour to become 13th. So we'll check up on that time when it comes in.
And we will give him some screen time when that happens.
It will be one of the greatest moments of DNEsports history.
So I hope everyone at home is sitting back enjoying this race and having a couple of drinks with us while we... really nothing's really happening at the moment, but just sitting back having some fun. So hope everyone's enjoying it.
Yeah, if you want to watch something at the same time that was a little bit more interesting, you can watch the America Series race that was streamed this morning. We have the full race highlight on the channel at the moment. Just sit back and watch that. Racer was doing commentary. No, Racer was actually racing that race. We had Kiddens and the good old Smeg doing the commentary for that if you want to watch that as well. But yes, people may be enjoying this somewhat, kind of. I don't see how.
No, I don't see how.
I've literally had the camera on Gameberg for the last 3 laps because there's literally nothing to put on. Maybe Tower because it's kind of close to Stuart McKenzie now. Actually, McKenzie's actually been dropped massively.
I think we might see James Cruz come into the pits here. Yeah, he does. Maybe he jumps Amazing Hour into the pits.
Well, technically, Amazing Hour lapped him twice.
Oh.
So,
No, he does. He jumps in. Hey, James Cruz, well done.
He does it in style. He's gone to put on the hards.
So it's not raining.
No, Zach's in. Exactly, he's on mediums.
Okay.
So is anyone going to
40
follow?
stays out.
40. No, because he didn't want to double pit. He didn't want to double stack, which is the right move. Gaming Burger stays out as well. Spilly stays out as well.
Who's close to him? I want to see someone take out Zach real quick.
Wogboy and Zach will meet each other very soon. Wogboy is the closest. It is getting to the point where the high atmosphere will just remove all the water from the track, but obviously it doesn't drain really that quick. But obviously it looks pretty fucking bone dry at the moment.
See, that happened so quick. That happened like that was a one lap thing where it stopped raining and it got dry. Like that was, I didn't even notice it stopped raining.
Yeah, Wogboy is losing all grip.
Yeah, we'll see if Wogboy sort of grip he has towards Zach's. Looks like Zach's struggling a little bit.
Amazing how I kind of thought I'll give you guys a laugh. Thank you. It was actually needed because we're finally halfway through. Finally halfway through the race, but I want to stay on board with Zach. Now, you can tell he's gaining time on Spilly. Or is he consistent around?
Wogboy is catching up to him. Like, so he's still staying with him, so it's definitely the crossover period between the two, between the dry and wet tyres. I dare say we will see the rest of the field pit. See what sort of time is lost from Zach. I don't think the dryers are any quicker than the intermediates at the moment. As Bruno gets out of the way, he gets right in front of Spilly. Blocks Spilly there. In the final sector, yeah.
It's got to cost him.
Yeah, it would have cost Spilly a couple of tenths there.
But this is the moment. Oh, those hards would take so long to warm up. As the front pack all pit. No one's going for one extra lap. They can tell it's drying really quick. Now we'll go on board with Zach. He's already passed them. Yeah, obviously, because he did have a 14-second deficit. Now, will that jump to the 20s? 40 coming out the pits. We'll have an interval change now. He lost 3 seconds, but still coming
so once again, Spilly has 100% ERS. What we got? Yeah, Gaming Burger 60. They will start burning through that as well.
So Zach Crichton actually lost or gained no time from the undercut.
James Cruz 3 second time penalty.
3 seconds.
That is a sip. We still do have 24 laps left in this race.
Fuck.
Pretty torched at the moment, but we'll get there.
Yeah, we've been streaming for an hour and a half. The Australia stream went for 2 hours. We are gotta go over that, but we've had no safety car to slow us down. It's more or less we've had rain for 16 laps.
We still have 13 drivers in the race, which is pretty impressive, I guess. Only 5 DNFs, and most of those were into the pits. So
yeah,
actually, I think all of those were into the pits, besides BK.
Pits, except for Cracker's car was fucked in the wall of doom. It was just
James Cruz hits the wall with the hairpin. Unfortunately, he's lost his wing as well.
But no tyre.
He's lit them up too, just in frustration down that straight.
He seems to have a double orange wing. Is he got to hit the wall but going in too hot?
He's got it stopped.
Alright. Might stay on board with James here just to see if he does bring the car home safe. Oh, that's an audacious angle to bring the car through. 43 seconds.
Yeah, that's his first point. Yeah, that's the first penalty as well. Oh, he's hit the wall. How has he not lost his wheel?
No, reduced damage. Surely got a patch. It's basically having no damage on.
He goes in for another pit stop. I don't know how many times he's pitted.
Yeah, I'm going to check the pit stops at the moment. He's had 5 going into 6.
He's Stuart McKenzie, 3-second time. There's a lot of penalties coming in. Another sip.
It'll be getting to the stage of the race where these drivers are getting bored.
Fatigued.
Yeah, straight up. You're doing 144 times, and that's 38 laps in. You're in the wet, so you had to concentrate more. Exactly. They're just fatigued.
They're not used to the 100% as well, which would play a big factor. You know, concentrate for that long
on this track for this long.
Yeah,
exactly.
on one of the track like this where you need to you can't make a mistake. I think sector 1 yellows.
Yeah, what was James Cruz looking at? What was James Cruz?
James Cruz is.
Was that Stuart?
He got in the way of Stuart again, I think.
Stuart McKenzie's lost an entire front wing.
Oh no!
He's gonna hit the wall. He's gonna.
Surely it's a safety car. Come on,
please. We need.
No, there's no. Come on, there's no safety car in there.
Please.
There's no safety car. So Stuart, I think he's hit the wall out of frustration.
Surely
again,
safety car when Zach comes near him.
Again, hitting James Cruz.
No,
I'm not sure.
Fucking safety car, man.
I don't know how he's. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so the second time in this race, James has impeded Stuart McKenzie, and obviously from the frustration and the fact we've only just gone past 50% of the race, he's decided to yeet it into the wall, try and cause a safety car, but because
honestly,
the game doesn't want us to have any types of joy,
I would definitely do the same thing. You know, I've spent an hour and a half on track just to get taken out by a back marker for the second time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's not a nice feeling.
No. So very unfortunate for Stuart there. He's definitely had an unlucky race. He was on for a top 5, I feel.
As I've got it on the camera on someone, I'm just getting a drink.
Okay, I'll just... Pleb's getting pretty close to Lazy Tower. We might see him make a move. I don't know if DRS has been activated. I haven't seen that on the screen yet. I think
I've just had it on 40 the whole time. That's alright then. We had someone kind of quick. We'll have it on.
The Pleb's in the DRS. Looking at Tao going defensive. Is he going to make the move? No, he's not. He's going to stay behind him. Tao locks up.
It's quite easy to place the car in a perfect position to block. As soon as that car gets in front, they'll just take advantage.
Zach Ryan 140.5 on the medium, so it's definitely a very dry track now. Set the fastest lap. Only 11 seconds now between 40 and Zach. It was up to 14, I believe. So maybe Zach is saved as James Cruz hits the wall again on the mediums. I think he's lost his wing again. Yeah, he's missing an M plate.
Now Plebs making another move. Tao with the squeeze, wheel contact banging. Tao holds the position in 6, so we'll be seeing these two race till the end of the race. Oh, Plebs getting nice and close.
Wogboy does a 138, so that's 2 seconds quicker than Zach. So Wogboy looking very speedy on these medium times, as he was in the first stint as well.
Alright, Plebs will be available to use 2 DRS zones, sector 2 and 3.
It's that James Cruz again into the wall again.
Oh, we have Zach. Zach might get in the way of him. Oh, he's been very kind to Zach.
Yeah,
can't say that to the Red Bull team.
Yeah, he's definitely not been kind to Stuart. We did have high expectations for the Red Bull drivers, but the
timing has been quite poor for Stuart.
Yeah, had unfortunate races.
It's in 2 sectors where you can't move the car. It sucks.
Yeah.
As Tao goes defensive line again. Oh, they're going to hang around the outside. And Plebs gets the position held for the meantime. Because the very lazy Tao's going to push around the outside. No, he's going to hold the position behind him. Oh!
Oh my god. How did he hold on to that and not put it in the wall? Great control from Tao there.
Hopefully that's fixed, but wow, the very lazy Tao. I'm not having reduced damage ever again. Like, this is why we don't do it.
Yeah,
it's too forgiving.
We've seen some big mistakes and not being punished as much as it would be on full damage.
Yeah.
Lazy Town falling a little bit behind. Plebs way just a tad in this last sector.
Yeah, Tao with that small mistake obviously compromised his tyre temps, and Plebs was be able to gain the 7/10 difference. Now, yeah, he's already out of the second. Oh no, he still gets that DRS, so he may be able to gain it back. Plebs with a healthy amount of DRS would be able to counter the DRS used.
I think most of these drivers will be regretting voting for Singapore by now, with 20 laps to go. Still have Zach down to 10.8 seconds. So the 40 is making a little bit of time up, but I'm not sure it's going to be enough by the end of the race.
Well, it's a good thing they voted for 7 o'clock.
Yeah, I don't think we'll be here all night. What time is it now?
8:45. We're over 100 minutes on the stream. It's a dead track, let's be honest, it's always the same weather. Yeah, I thought it was going to be, if it was wet the whole way through, that was definitely Singapore. It's either super dry or super wet. I've never had dry wet.
Yeah,
funny enough.
It's like a Germany thing, just the dry, wet, dry.
Oh, yeah. Certain tracks just have that element that's always going to be there. They've just coded it that way. What's the most consistent weather? This. Just put it there. Tao just hasn't been able to recover from that small hiccup that he's had, but he's within that 1 second. Spilly hovering around the 1 second mark to Gaming Burger. Can we do a backwards championship? Expand on that. Reverse track 5 laps.
I think he means just put Zach at the back and everyone else in front of him. It'd be interesting to see if Spilly could actually make up a bit of time on gaming, get into that DRS zone and challenge him for that podium position. Might check the penalties at the moment, actually. See what... Zach has 2 penalties, 1 warning.
Cheeky lock up from Spilly. That is our 150th comment from Kirby, Texas. That's the only interest I'm getting from this race is just statistics from something else. 40, 138.7, fastest lap. He's getting quicker.
40,
he's getting quicker.
40, yeah. He's on 1 penalty, 2 warnings. Gaming Burger is, I think he has 1 penalty. 2 penalties. Gaming Burger has 2 penalties, so it will come down to penalties, I feel. Spilly, no penalties at all, so. And he's definitely catchy, Gaming Burger here.
Oh yeah, he's definitely catching up. Sector 2-3. Ferrari! It's Tao this time! It actually is Tao! Tao's lost the front left wing. The wall does stick out from past incidents there.
Dark orange, I feel. Maybe even a red wing, I think.
Yeah, there's only a small segment of wing that's attached there. He was trying to catch up to Plevs.
He does have a free pit stop though behind Breno, so he's pretty safe if he wants to pit.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully he's not going to get to the point... Oh, who is that behind him? Banana Cake Pie. Is he being lapped?
Yeah, he's miles behind.
Oh, Jesus. As he pits, hopefully he doesn't retire. Still got plenty of points up for grabs for this.
I mean, P7, it's not too bad, especially with all these Tier 1 drivers. He's actually doing a very good job. Is he Tier 1 as well?
Tier 1.
Well. He's still up there, P7.
With these 12 drivers, we have everyone Tier 1 except for 5, which is the bottom 5. Oh, actually, Gaming Burger. He's a blue driver. Blue reserve driver.
Yeah, he definitely should be Tier 1.
He just uses assists. That's the clinical issue.
Does he?
He's got incredible pace, but he uses racing line and I think ABS. And obviously, Tier 1 and Tier 2 is just flat out nothing.
Yeah.
Which is a huge pace dropper. But it just shows like these blue leagues are rapid as well. Like, he's clearly one of the top blue drivers. He was originally a yellow driver.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the quicker drivers in the blue team.
Yeah, he's been named as Zach's predecessor. As soon as Zach called him out to try and beat his TT times, we've only seen nothing but improvement from him.
Yeah, he's definitely close as well. He's one of the top TT drivers in my friends list. So Zach is quick, he's definitely above everyone. I think Amazing Hour's TT times are very good as well.
Yeah, it's always.
But I think most of his TT times were on his controller, but I think Amazing Hour switched to wheel, hasn't he?
Yeah, he switched to wheel when he first joined us, which was only a few months ago, and that was halfway through
still
the
a very
season.
good driver.
Oh, he's adapted the wheel quicker than I probably would ever expect. But you put time into something, you'll adapt quite quickly. Cause,
he was definitely one of the quickest drivers, I think, in Australia on the pad on PS4.
Oh,
so yeah, it's good to see him still up there on the wheel.
There was his first race. I think he came 5th, and I think that was Canada or 7th or something, was his first race on the wheel, and then he gets a podium like the next race, or 4th, and then he only got podiums and 4th places after that. So he adapted it quickly. Obviously, a lot of controller users starting to get wheels nowadays, adapted into the wheel life.
Yeah, it's definitely better to have a wheel in the long term. Just for most tracks anyway, you just get more control over the pad, better tyre wear. Just for league racing, I feel anyway, the wheel is definitely better on most tracks.
Yeah. And to use no assist, like to manual gears and manual ERS, so much to play around on a controller that your hands are just wrapped around. Don't have that breathing room. You can click a wrong button and you'll pull the handbrake or something. I don't know.
Yeah, see, me myself, I do struggle a little bit because I use no assistance on the controller. It was definitely hard to get used to. Oh, 40 puts it into the wall. He loses it.
Caught it from the back marker. He was all types of stuff, and that's the rest of the wing off.
Yeah, I think he
reverses on the. Oh, that's all right.
I don't know how Gaming Burgers missed him there. Spilly
and Gaming Burger are laughing.
Virtual safety car. Virtual safety car.
We get a virtual for that. Are you fucking kidding me? We get a virtual for that. We had Amazing Hour bin it like 3 times. This is what caused it, because there was cars near him.
That's a shot. Oh, that's gonna suck.
Just give us a safety car, man.
So everyone at home, there's a virtual safety car. Everyone has to have a shot if you are on the piss, like me and ALCATRAZ here.
Yeah, this is fucking.
Oh, this is gonna suck. Okay, that's not fun. That's not fun at all.
Fuck. Shit, man.
What sort of vodka do you have?
Just Absolute, man.
Okay, that's why you're struggling. Oh man. Okay.
This is my Friday.
Yeah, that's fair.
No, it's a Saturday. This is my Saturday. What the fuck am I doing, man?
So 40 puts on the soft tyres. He's going to go to the end. We'll see if he can. What sort of times he makes. He should get a faster slap here. I don't know if he's going to catch Wogboy or not, but I'd be pretty tilted after doing 46 laps and bending it into a wall off that sort of turn there. But yeah, very unfortunate for 40. He was on for a P2.
Yeah, he was going to get that comfortably. We're meant to get hammered, but we'll end up sober. Yep, there wasn't a lot of crashes and everything.
Yeah, I'm pretty disappointed, to be fair. I thought I was gonna get absolutely trapped, but you know we've done well not to.
Better than doing 4 laps like we did in Pacific. Yeah, might as well.
Yeah.
But at least we'll probably have Spilly start pushing. Not sure if time penalties will be a factor anyway when it comes to this battle, but surely he's not going to stay behind him for too long.
James Cruz, another 3-second time penalty.
I'm swear he's just staying in this race just so we can have sips consistently, because I
Yeah,
he's pulled a bit.
he's getting me pretty well oiled at the moment. So good on you, James. Appreciate it. I'd like to shout out Curving Texas for the carrying the blue team. Pretty much has that's pretty much all our points. So good on him.
Yeah, podium, get it back to back, I think.
Yeah, unfortunately
so.
the struggle on the blue team.
Yeah, they did not rock up at all on Friday. It was actually crazy to look at the photo of the starting grid, all the reds down one hand side of the track.
Yeah, that was actually pretty sick to see. It was just me, Pure, and Curving in the top 10.
Yep.
Getting swamped by red drivers.
As you go on board on Logboard, you'll be able to see on your left-hand side of the screen here, that wall is sticking out. That's what caught a lot of yellow drivers in the Singapore race. It's one of the many walls of doom that are scattered around this track. The most famous one is the under the bridge section, which is called the... it actually has no name. It's just turn 1819.
It's just a shit turn, I'm gonna give it that.
Yeah.
Spilly is actually in the DRS zone of Gaming Burg here, so we'll see if he can make a move into... What's this called? Boulevard? What boulevard is it again?
We're going into... Yeah, so it's Republic Boulevard going into Ruffles Boulevard, which is the long straight here, or curving straight.
So he does get a good run.
We have a dangerous James Cruz ahead. Oh, he goes straight ahead.
Straight.
I guarantee you that's what put Spilly off. I guarantee you that he didn't think he was going to stay on the track and he had to pull away from that move. As you see them go into Stanford Row, onto St Andrews Road here. Now we see the Rolex signs on the right hand side. He cuts that better than Berger. Berger seems to be struggling a little bit through here. The cuts are so... These two drivers have such two different lines. Now, I don't know, since they... I don't know if they're using line or not using line. It's the hardest thing to have a look.
Yeah, to pick.
Oh, Berger gets close to that wall that sticks out. Maybe it's just a glitch on our end, but it did catch drivers in yellow. I feel like Spilly's just laying them up. Because they have to make another pit, surely. I don't know what the fuck, how long mediums last in 100% race, but surely it's not going to go for like 30 laps. Because the race stopped at 33.
I mean, Zach put on medium, so I don't think he would have wanted to go for another stop. He wouldn't have expected a safety car.
Yeah, maybe they'll just go softs. But maybe the mediums.
I mean, Zach almost has a free pit stop, to be fair, and if he does go on the softs, he could come back and just take it right.
Yeah, he only has to take... He'll only actually drop to maybe 4th.
And he'll be
Spilly's making the move now. Spilly
yeah,
gets
so
so comfortably. No, it's just such an easy overtake to do here. It's actually ridiculous.
Yeah, I think Gaming Burger might want to save a little bit of ARS towards the end of the race. We only have 12 laps left, so 13. Oh, 2. Zach still commanding lead, 13 seconds. It was down to 10 at one point, but then 40 unfortunately lost the traction and put it into the wall. So we have a tip from Curving here to the Tau retires in the next 12 laps.
This old tip. Yeah, this is a DNE classic. This usually came up at the start of the stream quicker than the banana cake pie emotes, and Alex was usually pretty reasonably close at guessing. It's usually in the opening laps or halfway through, but he reckons him to DNF 0 out of 2 in 100% races. He wants that consistency.
Server tipping Zach to crash out maybe the last lap. I don't think that's going to happen, but I mean,
well, yeah, the last time he did bottle in the second to last turn, but that
I wouldn't mind seeing it. That would be hilarious,
yeah,
and it would make up for a good finish between Spilly and Gaming as well.
Sector 3 yellow. We're looking at a Haas giving away to cars again, being lapped by Breno.
He's 5 laps behind.
Yeah, he's.
He's very consistent on staying, not DQing. Sorry, DNFing.
3 seconds to tower. I think that's 6 seconds total.
Might have a look real quick. So he's got 6 penalties. Tao.
Oh, just 6 seconds. Yeah.
No, 6.
Wait,
6
3 second
time.
time
Yeah, so he's on 18 seconds. So I did tip Tao to get DQ'd for penalties. So.
He's halfway there. 11 laps to go.
Yeah.
Wall of Doom might catch him out here or there. Oh, no, he actually stopped on the softs, so he might push for fastest lap. But that also could be his downfall. Could hit the car. As James decides to go pit one more time for the softs, he's going to go to double digits here if he pits one more time. You know what, we'll stay on board on James Cruz on his softs. We'll give him the old crop for later kind of view.
I'm not sure I've ever seen someone pit double digits in a race. So. You know, if he wants to go for some sort of record, he pit again. That'll be the record, I think.
He could be doing what I did for the last race at Abu Dhabi, where I placed was the amount of pit stops I had to do, and so I placed 4th, so I had to do 4 pit stops. So I pitted for inties and then under the safety car, and then re-pitted back for mediums.
I actually remember that because I was behind. I was like, wow, surely this guy's trolling.
Even the commentary team was confused. Zach was just like, why is he surely, what is he going to put on the wets? I couldn't use my wets, so I used my wets from qualifying.
Is the rain coming, or what's going on?
Yeah, the rain's coming in the desert.
I don't think I've ever had a wet race at Abu Dhabi, to be fair. So what have we got? We got any action? We still got Gaming Burger on the back of Spilly. These guys seem to be pushing. Spilly still needs to save a little bit of fuel. Bob Boy's not really making too many inroads onto the podium position, but yeah, really too much happening. I mean, Gaming Burger's sort of just sitting behind Spilly. I think he might wait until the last 3 laps.
3 seconds. That's gonna hurt him.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. So Zach's just on a 140.1. Let's see what Spilly does. He sort of matches that time, just a little bit behind. So yeah, not really. Zach's still 14 seconds ahead. He's been about that for the last 30 laps, so it's still a clinic from Zach Crichton here.
I'm still absolutely not why people fucking voted for this track. As Tower Pierce obviously goes for another pair of softs.
He'll go for the fastest lap for sure.
Yeah, hopefully he does 1 lap just on 0, builds all that ERS and just sends it. We'll come back to him when he goes to that start-finish line again. Oh, actually, Breno's going to be quite close to him. Not super close, 5 seconds. So Tower towards the next driver. Oh, 3 seconds. He's on 21 seconds now.
So we'll see how much he pushes it on his fast lap.
Maybe he'll maybe he was pushing for the fastest lap, but kept invalidating that time. Lunacy.
10 seconds.
10 seconds.
Whoa,
so obviously he missed the pit entry and then cut back in, and that gives him 10 seconds for someone. So for some reason.
Quite unfortunate for him, but.
And he'll pit onto the softs.
I think Banana Cake does overtake him.
He'll come past him to the pits, but Lunacy will be on softs. Oh, he actually got a front wing change as well. Yeah, Banana's going to have a huge gap between them, as James has a racing point behind him, I think. No, he let him go, but
Yeah, James has done very well to stay in this race. I mean, you got some very good drivers that have not been able to keep it on the track. Amazing hour. But yeah, he's done very well, very consistent. Kudos to him.
So we'll go on board on Tao to see if he can break the fastest lap as he goes into high mode. He goes nice and wide. Only in 2, so he's not in hot lap, sector 2. What's going on in sector 2? Nothing.
So welcome to Racer X. He's just woken up. He said his first thing he said was "Tao is still alive?" Question mark.
As you can see by your screen, it's not an illusion. He's on a hot lap. Kind of. He didn't purple sector 1. So, I mean, if you want to go for fastest lap, more or less, start throwing it in hot lap and really go for it.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he's in the medium, but maybe. Yeah, I'm not too sure. He's definitely not going to catch up to Plebs.
Oh no, he's a minute 10.
Yeah, it's a massive gap behind. So Gaming Burger's actually fallen behind Spilly now. It's out of the DRS zone. Spilly pulling away a little bit. Wogboy, he's caught up another 2 seconds, but I think, with 7 laps to go, it's a little bit, it's too little too late.
Yeah, it's absolutely fucking dead. Fucking hate everyone for voting for this fucking track.
There's the biggest gap between everyone.
Yeah,
it's like someone just.
I heard that even Spa is a kind of a dead track, but at least it'll be.
I think
like there's just overtaking spots everywhere. Like even it might be a dead track. There's a huge DRS zone that literally tows people.
I think the next track should be voted by DNE.
I think I'll just
headquarters.
I think I'll just go from what the second place was next time. So next time it will be Spa, and then the following one will be Canada. Like that's what's just gonna happen on the voting. I'm not letting people vote again.
See what track has the most overtakes? Like we gotta. I can't really think.
Monaco.
Yo, Monaco would be absolute carnage. Absolute carnage.
If you're gonna think of a track that's kind of big for overtaking,
I'd say maybe Baku. Maybe.
Yeah, Baku. Like, catch me sharp. But that's just like, and that'd be more or less more entertaining.
It would, especially.
The track length is only a minute something, like a minute 20 or something.
No, it's a minute 30.
Minute 30.
It's sort of similar to
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
it's like a fucking 40-second straight, but so. So Gaming Burger's, he's fallen behind Spilly. He's no longer anywhere near him. Everyone else is just nowhere near each other. There's just not anything happening on the track. I mean, can we get a safety car?
Behind James. Crash into him. Tower 3 seconds. 25 seconds total.
So he's on his way to a DQ here, so my prediction...
I think he's on 24. He's getting close. James Cruz! Kneeling to the wall. Banana has to go off throttle. Blue flags. Let him go. Continue on your day. Lunacy's not too far behind. Oh, James gave him a little bit of a battle there. James, 3 seconds. I think he's going to DNF first. I'm going to check that.
Yeah, he'd definitely be up there.
Go first. Penalty 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Penalty plus 2 warnings, penalty plus 3 warnings, penalty plus 3 warnings. Are you kidding me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, it's pretty similar to Tao. Oh, as he gets another one. What the fuck? He's got 10 now. He should. Oh, and he's in the wall. He should have died. Yeah.
Hey, James, just put it in the. If you can hear us, brother, just put it in the wall and call the safety car.
Yeah, actually, just do that, man, please.
That would actually be good. It'd be like a 5-lap sprint race, a 4-lap sprint race.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, penalties and whoever's clean will win the race.
I know
maybe.
you want to be consistent, James, but do us a goddamn favour here.
You got Lunacy behind you. You let him go. But make sure you crash into a sector that cars will shot. Oh!
Oh, he's hit the wall again. No way. He still has a wheel, man.
No, I'm sorry, but fuck this reduced damage shit. No one should be in the way of this.
Gets another penalty.
So maybe it is 40 seconds for a 100% race. Banana 5 seconds ignoring blue flags. Who's behind him? Oh, he's got a Zach Crine behind him.
Towel, I respect that. Please keep blocking and slow him down a bit.
Banana Cake Pie needs to try his best. He's ignored blue flags.
He wants the DQ. Just brake check him, do it. Make him pit. Zach's very patient to be fair. I'd be fuming right now.
He should have pulled over there.
Zach gets another 3 seconds.
He's actually going to overtake him rather than...
Banana, defend it, brother. He gives him a little nudge too, just to let him know that he's not happy about it.
He's even got down
he goes up the inside.
He's
going to get DRS. Yeah.
Even James Cruz got a 5-second pit time penalty in the pit lane.
Surely it's 33 seconds from James. Oh, 35 seconds.
Banana's got DRS.
He's going to come. No, Zach Shaffiz. He puts him in the wall.
He's just bodied him. 3-second time penalty for Banana Coke Pie.
Respect to Banana for trying that. Respect to him.
Tell pits again.
5-second time penalty for Tell. They're both very close to DQ.
Tell is retired from the session.
Oh, who called it? Who was that who called it?
Alex, I'm not sure if he was watching the stream and he did it for you, but he has done
Curving.
it.
Yeah, Curving Texas called it. Next 12 laps, very well done, the Curving there. He's
on the dot. Banana Cake Pie just can't seem to catch up onto Zach Ryan here.
I don't get why he would do 57 laps and then just be like, nah, I've had enough.
You were mentioning it before. You're like, why go that way and then just like bin it or retire.
Yeah.
But he did retire in the pit lane. Sector... What? No, nothing. Banana had his fun. Fortunately, he's still 1 minute and 6 seconds behind the leader.
So we got 3 seconds between second and third. I'm going to see what sort of time penalties they're on at the moment.
Lunacy and Banana are within the top 10, so multi-wise. Tier 1 drivers that have retired, we've had Stewart, Amazing Aaron Tao. That is a tick for that multi. That is a go. Yellow drivers in the top 10. We have 2 of them. That is a go. Wall of Death to catch someone out. That is a go, but the safety car not within the first 5 laps. Absolute shocker. Who would have thought the safety car one was not going to hit in tonight's multi?
Not one safety car. Like that.
We had one virtual. I swear it's because of the damage is unreduced.
Yeah, I think maybe you're right there. So Spilly has 1 3-second time penalty and Gaming Big has 6. So I'm going to check Wogboy's penalties as well. Pretty sure he has some. So Wogboy has 2 penalties as well, so they're both on the same. Wogboy has made up a little bit of time, but it's not really going to be enough at the end of the race. Zach still, you know, I think he's been alone the whole race. He hasn't had one battle, bar the start of the race.
I think his only battle was against Banana. And that was for half a lap. Now, Zach does have plenty of time to celebrate on this final couple laps. He may even want to chuck it into reverse while crossing a line.
I would have the utmost respect for him if he did that, because he does have a massive lead.
He's got a good amount of time. Our last winner of the 100% race was Todster 99, who has not been able to show up. But these two, Zach and Toddy, have a good collection of DNE events under their belt. Zach won the 3-lap championship, and he's also going to win tonight's race at the moment. Toddster was leading the first leg of the 3-lap championship, and he won the Australian 100% race. So it'd be nice if they both fucking rock up for one race, so we can actually see who's better in 100%.
Toddster was, too busy
Doing
playing
anything else.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't blame him. It's Singapore.
Yeah, for sure. James Cruz, another. I think he was 3 laps behind Tao, so he's still catching up to the DNF Tao.
Who had half the stops compared to him. Slow and steady, and you still have no points. 10.
We do have a 2-3 driver into the top 10 though.
Yes,
good.
We've got Banana and Lunacy, which is pretty good. But unfortunately, the safety car did not hit. I was assuming that there would just be carnage full out the first 5 laps, early safety car.
Yeah, I expected at least 5 safety cars, to be fair. But yeah, pretty clean race. We should have had a safety car at least 3 times. Especially with Amazing Hour hitting the wall.
Thinking that he was at Tokyo. Not at Suzuka.
Yeah, he's playing pinball with the Singapore circuit. Yeah.
There is literally no one to watch. You know what, I'm just going to leave it on Bodhod, because apparently every time a commentator goes on to him, he crashes the car or something, so we might see something.
So yeah, big pressure on Bodhod to perform in front of the 12 viewers watching.
Absolutely,
Hopefully he doesn't.
within their tens this evening. Bodhod with the crowd on his shoulders can hear them screaming at home over the teleprompt. We might see him bin it going into the Anderson Bridge as a head check.
Just want to say a shout out to all the viewers who have stuck through us through this, monstrous stream. Yeah, kudos to you guys. I expected to get pretty turfed because we're playing a drinking game while we're watching this, but I'm fucking sober, man. This has been a fun day.
This is like when you go to your mates for prees hoping to go out, but you just don't. And it's just like, and there's one cunt that's just super drunk. You're like, oh, I'm not going to drink now, I'm just going to go home.
Yeah,
and you go home at like 9. You just go home and you're like, fuck, what an afternoon. Got there at 6 and I just got home.
But, James Cruz still hasn't caught up to very lazy Taylor. He hasn't been in the race for 4 laps. So
if Zach crosses the line first, Tao will actually stay at 11th place. Yellow flag, sector 3. That's Plev's going to pit. He might be overtaken here by Zach. So he might actually not even get that soft time in. Surely Zach's got to just take him here. But Plevs does have softs.
Yeah, Plevs is definitely
it'd be so toxic if Zach just takes him. You have DRS. He's gone to overtake.
Plevs has to get him.
Dude, Zach's gonna not make him do another lap. He's toggled it down. Down. Plevs is asked for mercy. He wants to do it. He wants fastest lap.
He's lapping P6, man. Look.
Jesus Christ.
He's just miles ahead.
So we'll give the nice helicopter cam to the Singaporean or Singapore GP 100% race champion Zach Cryan, who also won the Tier 1 0.5 season, the beta for Dynamic Knights Esports, as he comes down the Anderson Straight, going down to the... I have no idea how to fucking pronounce that. That is not of my caliber. But he'll come to the final couple turns here, bring home the Silver Arrows to win this Grand Prix that has taken more than 2 hours to do. Drivers will be utterly fatigued like ourselves, trying to keep you guys entertained for 61 long laps around this circuit, as Plevs has blue flags as he was trying to set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. As the fireworks go off, Zach sends into the wall, but because of the reduced damage, his car is still moving. He just rounds up this whole... Oh, it's just James is disqualified!
No way, dude!
He received too many penalties. He will not jump.
The last lap, though.
He will not jump Very lazy tower for 11th. James will actually get thrown down to 17th position because he's DQ'd.
The last lap he gets DQ'd. I would be so tilted
40,
right now.
who was running second for the majority of this race, made one mistake. It just shows how unforgiving this circuit is. He will come home in P5. Plevs, let's see if you can set the fastest lap with all these blue markers around, because you have overtaken them all. Don't invalidate, you nearly hit the wall. It just shows these tyres are not warmed up yet.
Yeah, he's... See what sort of sector 2 he puts in.
Yes.
I think the low fuel. I think he's 1.7 seconds ahead of his fastest time, so he's in the 136s.
Plev's got 3 seconds for multiple warnings. This lap will be invalidated. And
he's
made a mistake as well, so that he will not get fastest lap. Bodhod on the medium compound, going past the wall of doom, which caught out Crackerjack in his first race. So Crackerjack has a 0% success rate on finishing DNE races, and Bodhod will bring it across the line to finish his 2-hour race in fashion. Oh my god, what is that?
He's gone through the pit lane!
Lads!
What the I respected Bodhod, he's really sent it through a few walls and buildings there, like... I've never seen that. I've never seen that in my life, bro.
Oh, Zach has won the Singaporean Grand Prix.
He's pretty much led start to finish. Very well done by Zach.
I can't
Spilly's done well to get P2 in front of Gaming Burger, I think it was. But
yeah,
Bodhod, what the fuck, bro? Look at the penalties, man. Oh.
Do I even want to look, man? Oh my god.
Lazy Tower.
Tower was
27.
3 seconds off. Let's see what James was on to get DQ'd.
He would have been on 40 seconds, man.
Yeah, 40 seconds for sure.
I'll double check.
But yeah, Zach Cryan wins the Singapore Grand Prix with Spilly and Game Burger not so far behind, with 6 and 15 seconds of a difference between first and third. And if Zach decided to pit any time during those last seconds of the race, he would only come out at fourth.
Plebs actually did get the fastest lap there, eh? By just over Lazy Tower. Yeah, just beat Lazy Tower by, 2 100s.
2 100ths of a second he got it.
So,
with only 3
hold on.
seconds
40.
to his name.
40 got the fast lap, 36.9. I didn't see that.
Where is 40 on that list? Oh, there he is, yeah, 136.
Oh.
Yep. So yeah, plus he probably invalidates that soft run was clearly not in the show. But wow, do I even want to interview people? Do I really want to do that?
I don't think so.
Nah,
Zach's won by a mile. Yeah, nothing really happened.
I think all these guys need to go and play something else.
So Bodhod said that didn't even happen on my POV, so I don't know where you got the specialty, you running through a fucking pit lane.
Dude, I get you hate the track, there's no need to treat your career like that.
Yeah, you pretty much ran over the whole pit lane, man. What the hell?
I'll wrap it up. Thank you all for watching, all 13. We had a max of 17 at one point watching this stream. Obviously, the people that did watch and leave realised what the drivers were going through and didn't realise that they would want to go through the same thing. Thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you next time for the go-kart race, which is going to be streamed on Monday. We might get that organised for the off-season events. If not, I'll take a book out of the smeg. I was NBC-ALCATRAZ. My co-commentator was Iconic Hugh. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.